Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have put this jumper on straight over a onesie because it's really cold. Like, if you don't believe me, there you go. So if you can sort of see through it a little bit, I apologise. I realised that I tend to always film in my pyjamas, which is probably not the most professional thing. So I'm just trying to, you know, sort that out a bit. I have actually filmed 2 different videos, edited them, rendered them, and uploaded them. And for some reason, like, half of the video has just been a black screen. So fingers crossed that this one is going to be fine and I can get it up. And yeah, so I've already like moisturised and exfoliated and all that good stuff. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the Benefit Professional, which I just have my leftovers in a little tub. Just because I do tend to have a lot of texture in my skin. So yeah, I don't really like it. But yeah, if anyone knows of a silicone based primer that is like cruelty free, can you let me know please, because I don't think I actually know of any. Reading up and stuff on how to like battle texture in the skin and stuff like that, obviously when you're putting makeup on your face, like, you are putting another layer on, so there is going to be more texture, but I'm just going to try and put less on. Now, I don't know how well this is going to cover, but we shall soon see. I'm just using the Body Shop Fresh Nude Foundation, and I'm just going to hope for the best. Now, it has covered, but like in more of a like no makeup kind of way, you know, where everything is still sort of showing through, but it's just sort of evens everything out. Which for now I'm just going to kind of leave it and go in with concealer later on and see if that changes anything. Now, I am going to be using tape for this because it's like I half know what I'm doing, but also don't have a clue. So I'm just going to go in with the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer, and it's got like a little bit of colour to it, but not too much. So again, I am going to be using the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. I feel like it has been like a, you know, a little bit of a while since I've used it. I did try and use other things for a bit, but I just want to go back to it. So I'm just going to go in with my finger first and Bump, which is just the white colour. And I'm just going to use that to like set the eyeshadow primer and give me a nice base to work on. I'm going to have to swap mirrors because although this one is gigantic, like, it's kind of too big. So sorry. The first colour that I'm going to go in with is Gossip, which is just the bright pink. Now, this could be a bad idea, but I suppose we'll see in a sec. Now, I am going to hold the brush a bit further away, so I am using more of a light hand. And I'm just going to start pressing that into the outer corner. Now, it's one of them where a lot of Valentine's looks do tend to be very similar. So I'm just trying to think of something that's going to be like slightly different. But at the same time, I also have no clue what I'm doing, so. And I do want to bring it out pretty far. So now I'm going to go in with a mix of Alchemy and Delirious, which is just the dark pink and the dark purple. And I'm just going to, still using the same brush for now, but I'm just going to start building up the intensity, because obviously you tend to go out in the evening on Valentine's Day, like depending on where you go obviously. But I find that if I am going to be going out in the evening, I do want it to be a bit more dark and like sultry and sexy. So I'm just going to build that up very slowly. And obviously, especially if you've got hooded eyes, remember to try and look up, just so that everything is blending fine. I'm first going to use a pencil brush, and my camera battery is flashing at me. But I'm just going to go in with Platonic, which is just the black, and use that because I do plan on doing liner, but I want everything to be sort of smoked out. Like obviously liner is going to be more precise, but I do kind of want everything to be blended well and all seamlessly. Now the lid colour itself, I am really tempted to do glitter, but I don't have glitter glue, I only have eyelash glue, and obviously I'm not going to promote putting eyelash glue all over your eye because it happened and I don't want to be responsible. But first I am just going to put down Paranoia, which is the light pink. Naughty me, I want to use glitter, so I'm going to use eyelash glue to stick it on with. Again, do not copy me. I actually don't, I'm sure it says on this glitter, like, do not put around eyes as well. So I'm not going to tell you which glitter it is. But, you know, it's all fun and games. So, what I'm going to do is just pop on a little bit of eyelash glue. Obviously I do have to do it slightly higher with having hooded eyes, but yeah, I'm just going to place that down. Then make sure that there isn't anything on my lashes, because that could be a disaster. And then just pick up some pink glitter and pop it on the top. So now that that is like on there, I feel like I do want this a little bit darker. I'm going to go in with Just Delirious, which was the dark purple. And just use that in the outer corner just to deepen everything up a bit and blend it into that glitter. And really sort of gently swipe over that front bit. And I'm just going to take a blending brush just to dust away the excess glitter, because obviously I don't want it falling out all over my face the whole time. Now obviously this glitter bit isn't necessary like at all, you could just leave it with eyeshadows, but this is just what I felt like doing today. So now I'm just going to take my usual liquid liner, well the felt tip one, and starting just from the outer portion of my eye, I'm going to take it all the way out. Obviously with the sellotape there, like, you really don't have to worry about getting a nice neat line. But yeah, I'm going to take it all the way out and do it pretty thick, and then just gently sort of press it into my lash line where the glitter is. And then I will show you now, once you take off that tape, it is a wonderful straight line. Alright, so now I'm just going to go in with my concealer underneath my eyes, just so that I can carry on with my eyes. And if you do get red cheeks like I do, then you can just bring it down a little bit. And then I'm just going to set that a little bit with a Collection Sheer Loose powder, tapping off any excess, and then just dusting that underneath. So now for my under eye, I do want the same sort of blend as I have up top, so I'm going to start with Gossip, which was the bright pink, and I'm actually going to blend that pretty far down and all the way along my eye. And then again going in with Alchemy and Delirious, just a bit further up to darken that. Why is that making my eye water so much doing that? I don't want to do anything else on my lower lash line. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see that, but my eye watered that much doing that the liner has transferred and changed the colour of the glitter. Oh my god, I am being tested. And now just in my inner corner I am going to use that bump, which is just the white. And now I just need to add mascara. You know what is really annoying? Because I don't have any money, I don't have any glasses. Any lashes that I can use. so I can't even just cover it up with a nice set of lashes. I'm going to do my brows now before anything gets too out of hand. And I'm going to start by doing a sort of guideline on the bottom. One along the top. And then just filling that in. And for that highlight too, I'm going to use that Bomb colour. Alright, so I've just put another coat of mascara on just to try and give me a little bit of something in the lash department. And now I'm just going to contour using my usual Bourjois and a fan brush. And just a smidgen down the sides of my nose. Just because I don't really want to like contour it, but I just feel like it stops my face from looking too flat. Especially because I am still carrying a little bit of excess weight on my face at the minute. Don't know if you could tell by like the triple chin. And then around my forehead because it's massive. And then for blush, like I know this is literally the least natural makeup look ever, but the Sleek flushed, like if I do actually flush, my face goes so red. So for me this is sort of like what my cheeks would naturally look like flushed, hence the name. So yeah, I'm just going to use this. Obviously it depends on your skin tone and what your skin is naturally like. I'm just basically putting that, like say that's where the bronzer thing is. I'm just blending it into that really carefully. And then dragging it slightly towards the apples of my cheeks. Obviously if you do have more mature skin, the more you bring it in, the more it's going to sort of sag your face down a bit, because the apples of your cheeks, once you aren't smiling, tend to drop a lot more than younger skin, so just be wary of that. And then with just whatever excess, just hitting my nose a little bit, because obviously, as most people probably know, my nose is very red too. So before I put on my highlighter, I say that word very loosely, I'm just going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And then since there's glitter already all over my face, I'm going to go in with the Barry M Fine Glitter Dust number 8. This is just the white one, and I'm going to be using this as my highlighter. So I'm just tapping it on exactly where I want it, and then moving it in sort of circular motions and going around all of the outer edges. Now obviously this is like really highlighting. And if you do have a darker skin tone, because it is white, it probably will look white on you. I mean, it's one of those, when in makeup there's no like right or wrong, do's or don'ts, like just kind of do whatever you want to do. Obviously there are things that you're supposed to do certain ways, but again there's no rules, like just do whatever you want. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that just from the lid and use that to highlight my nose and my cupid's bow. And a little bit on my chin. The next step, I have seen a lot of people using like diamantes and stuff like that just to vamp up the look a little bit, but what I would like to do is just do some little hearts. So I just have like this really cheap liquid lipstick that I got to test once, I'm sure it was off like Amazon, and I'm just going to put that on the back of my hand and then use a little brush. just to put our little heart on underneath my eye, because why the hell not? So they're not exactly even, but they'll do. Now, one thing that I saw It's Likely Makeup do is use this to put some little freckles on. So this isn't my idea, I'm again copying someone. Please don't kill me, it just looks really fun. This I have used with concealer, I think, and it kind of put it as a point, just because none of my brushes seem to be very dense, which means that they will not be good for this kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to let them dry before I go over it with just a whatever excess basically is on my beauty blender, just to sort of, like, I know they're pink, but I still don't want them to look like too fake. And then with that same liquid lipsticky type of thing, I'm just going to pop that on my lip. So I've decided I'm going to put a little bit of foundation on my hand and sort of use that to coat my beauty blender, but as if I am just covering my hand in foundation, so that what is on there is still excess, but it's fresh excess. And I think we are done. Obviously, if you do want to see a more natural wearable look, I mean, I suppose this is wearable without like the freckles and the hearts, so I just wanted to do it. I just felt like doing it, so why not? Yeah, if you do want to see a more natural wearable look that is more sort of, you know, yourself but better type of thing, because apparently lads like us with no makeup, but really they just like us with a little bit of makeup. If you would like to see that before Valentine's Day, either like this video, subscribe so I know that you're waiting for it, or comment down below, and obviously that will help me reach more people, which is just what I want to do. See you next time. Bye! I can't remember whether I have to leave the house today, so although I could get the hearts off, I think the pink freckles are gonna have to be here to stay. So, yeah.